Okay, last time out, we built some of these beautiful hero designs. Hero sections are the billboards to our website. And so they need to be clean, to the point, with short, snappy messages, and usually a clear call to action. And all of these layouts are from SquareForge, our rapid template builder that we built. Forgive us for being a little proud of it. And it's all for Squarespace. However, you don't even need a Squarespace website to get the most from it, because you can just have a flick through and use it as design inspiration. Less so finished designs, more so structures and ideas of how you can lay out your websites. And I believe we got down to this one last time out. So this time we're going to pick up from here, and I'm going to build this card layout from the ground up. This one's going to be a really quick one. So let's just crack on. I'm going to pop into Squarespace admin area. I'm going to work on this one already, and we can see one that's largely built already. So I did that in the last tutorial, but to save having you to go and dig that out, let's go and grab something that's quite different. We're going to copy this one here. It's got two text blocks in there, so I'm going to merge them together in one, convert them to a card, and then move the button into position. Now, in fact, for the first one each time, we're going to do it from the ground up. So I'm going to add a new section. I'm going to add a blank section. And now I'm going to duplicate this blank section above and below, just so we can give it a nice thick white border either side of them, so we know the area that we're working in. And I'm going to edit that section, put a background. I'm going to add a background from the library. So we're going to use the same photos wherever possible. It just keeps everything that little bit simpler to work with. There we go. I put that photo in place. I can increase the overlay opacity should I want to, but this one I'm not going to have any overlay. And if you didn't like the light grayed out effect, we can go to colors and change the color, which will change the overlay color on the background. So that's a bit darker that time, if you noticed. We can also go in and edit the photo, maybe make it black and white photo, so it's more of a watermarked background. But we're going to go with something like this. We've also got the option to switch it to inset if we wanted to keep a border effect. And I want to create a couple of hero sections with that style in mind. But for now, let's just go with this option with zero overlay, because we're going to be using cards. Save me having to type. I'm going to copy that text, go to add a new block, the text block. I'm going to paste that in. And before I go out of that section and start editing it, I'm going to put the paragraph text in as well. Okay, starting to take shape. Quite like it clean like that. It's always great when we're working with hero sections when we've got details set off to one side. It means we can really work with the shape we're given. And I quite like that freshly baked bread over 3 different lines there. Okay. But that doesn't look like the example that I showed there, where we've got a card sitting to the bottom of the hero section. So let's stay on task, and I'm going to click this block once. If I click twice, it changes to the text editor, which is what we don't want. So I'll just click in once, and now add a background. Should have said at the start, this isn't a beginner tutorial. I'm assuming that you've used Squarespace a little bit, so you'll know your way around finding the essential tools. So this is more of an inspirational workshop than a how do we do the basics in Squarespace. If you are after doing the basics in Squarespace and getting to know all of these different blocks, on our website builders channel, there's loads of tutorials I've already created for the basics. And I've got a few more on the horizon too. So the next thing is we need to change the color of this block. So this card can be, and actually I'm going to make it large padding. And we're going to change it to the darker tones. Probably the darkest. Okay, now we've done that, we can make the text lighter. Don't work quite like that. So what I can do is, instead of going for our usual colors, I could go to custom here and just bring this up to a level where I'm quite happy with the tone. Gives it quite an expensive, in the UK here, that Marks and Spencer's packaging feel to it. There we go. Silver on a slate grey backdrop. That never goes wrong, and it works really well with the background tones. So I'm happy with that. I could make the card a little bit broader if I wanted to. So we've got a bit of space to bring this over to the left more. If you're wondering why it's not sitting at the bottom, you might be getting frustrated about now, so I'm going to change the alignment to the bottom so this content grid structure sits to the bottom. but once again, it's not perfectly flush. So what we can do now, instead of actually using the alignment, we could just get rid of the fill screen, which gets rid of those options. And then we choose how large or how deep we want that hero section. Okay, so we've got that feature. There was just one thing remaining, and that was to add the bar across the top. So it's white in the SquareForge section, but now we're going to add a shape. Shorten that, bring it across. And we've got a bit of a gap there. So if we go to edit section and get rid of all the gaps in the design, and we are starting to cook. One thing I want to do here is I went with just the large padding, and I really like the left and right padding, so I'm going to keep that as it is, but I can make it more compact top and bottom. Also, I can select this block. We can see it's aligned to the top. So if I align that to the center, or even better, align it to the bottom to give it more breathing space at the top. And now our first design is pretty much in place. Oh, what I am going to do though is make this line at the top the gold color. And we can go with the light gold. See, now I want it in the silver like that, but I'll tell you what, we'll compromise. We'll make the title that gold color as well. I could play around with this for ages. I'm not, I promise. Before we move on to the next one, we're just going to head over to mobile view. And this time we've got some options. This has become larger than it needs to be, so I'm just going to make that nice and compact. And let's bring it down a bit. So we can see the bread there. The other option we've got is we can snap it over to the left. So it mirrors that kind of fixed onto the left-hand side. And that means we've got some of that texture coming down on the side there. I could, again, play around with this, get it exactly as I want. There's some issue with the padding, or certainly the spacing at the top, but we can see here, these settings, alignment settings, are independent to the mobile view. I'm just wondering, is there yes, that's why. It was an extra space, an extra line in that paragraph that was causing the issues. So let's get this into the center. So we've got equal spacing, top and bottom. Much happy with that. So I'm going to press save, head back to desktop view, and now we've got it positioned nicely there. If anything, it's a little bit tight to the bottom. Ah yes, that's again, because these are independent. So let's get that centrally aligned. Okay, now I'm happy, I promise. Let's move on to the next one. Well, this one's going to be really easy. So we're going to adapt this one. I'm going to duplicate the white section, move it up. And now I'm going to take this block in the duplicated section. I'm going to remove the bar. And I'm going to make it a bit wider this time so it goes over one line. We're not going to go exactly to the other design. And we're going to fix it down there because it suits the heading style. So slightly different structure, but the whole point of SquareForge is if you purchase this, you can save any of these designs as favorites, bring them in as a starting point, and then they start to work with your designs. You sculpt them. I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Maybe when you go and buy really nice pizza bases. I make my own pizza bread, but if you were to buy your own pizza bases, you put the toppings on that you want, and the pizza can taste very different depending on how you do it. Okay, got to work on my analogies a bit. But that's the second design. One thing I might want to do here, though, is actually switch the background. So if I go to edit here, we did this in the last tutorial, go to the crop tool. So maybe double check it's 16:9, it is. And let's flip it horizontally so it comes in from the left. Usually when you flip anything, it looks a bit weird to start with. Obviously, keep an eye out if there's any text on there. And we can either go with that option to the left, or we can do this. And also we can snap it out right the way to the edge of the screen. But bear in mind, the width of that column will change depending on the width of your screen. Okay, we'll go with that. Offset, it fits that negative space really nicely there. So there we go, two nice designs to start with. Let's just check it on mobile. It probably won't work because we changed it. No, in fact, because it was larger like the other one, it actually works quite similarly on mobile. So let's just give it a bit more height, less width, and use that as our second design. Okay, save. I want to do at least one more. I'm going to have to start deleting some of these old ones now to give us a bit more space to work with. Okay, this time we've got the text block separate, we've got a line in between, and we've got the call to action button. I think we've already got one that does most of that, this one here. The reason I'm going to duplicate this instead of building it from the ground up. So I duplicate this white block again, gives us a bit of space. Yeah, the reason I'm not going to start this from scratch as a demo, because I've already created a tutorial on it, go and check it out. But also, all we've done really here is just add the elements. We just go to add block, we add a line, we add a text block and another text block below. The reason I didn't drag it from the right is I've got the record controls on the right, and that's causing me problems getting that to fit. Okay, so that line doesn't go across all the way, so I'm just snapping it. This is a 24-column grid in Squarespace. It used to be 12 columns, but as these content management systems and website builders have advanced, they give us more control over our designs, and it's a welcome addition, as we can do an awful lot more with our designs now. I'll bring that line over. Oh, that's looking nice. And we got the call to action button. So we're going to need to bring all of these items up. So if I click off them, because this is a background image, it's not affecting it. Click, hold, and drag over these, bring them up. And now our call to action button can slot in seamlessly underneath. How about that? I think that one was record time. Let's go on to mobile view. And here, I'm not going to look to change too much. I quite like the format there and the layout. Yeah, because that's looking a bit tight there. I think that works on mobile as is. Happy accident. How about that? Okay. Let's do one more. This one's even easier. We may even be able to do two. Okay, this one's got an underline effect on our title. So again, we're going to go with the same design, duplicate it. I'm not going to worry about changing the background image because that will depend on what you're doing. Duplicate this section once more. I could actually save it as a favorite here so I can just add it in from save sections. It didn't save. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. So it saved that time. More haste, less speed. There we go. That's got that in place. So again, we've got the title. Put the underline under bread. Don't know why. So let's go with the same underline effect that we had there. Again, if I did that a bit quick and you've never seen these before, if you go to this underline button here, relatively new feature. It's been out for maybe 12, 18 months now, the time of recording this. And we've got loads of different options. But I've used the circle option quite a bit. You've got standard lines, or you've got these lines as well. Then it's just a case of removing these extra lines, bringing our content in. Oh, I deleted the call to action button, but we can put that in as well. Finally, I'm going to switch it over to mobile, seeing how that looks before wrapping up. There we go. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Designs there wrapped up in just over a quarter of an hour. Not too bad. I'm looking to create loads more of these tutorials over the coming weeks, so head back and check them out again. And if you haven't had a chance to look at it yet, head over to SquareForge. You don't have to buy it, although there is a button, and that helps me significantly. And it should hopefully help you if you do. But if you don't decide to buy it, cash is a bit tight at the moment, go on to all of these and these should give you inspiration in terms of what you can achieve in Squarespace. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be creating loads more tutorials just showing how you can do that. Catch you next time. Cheers.